This week news you should not miss. We talk about the deploy, when it's going to be deployed and what happened. We talk about the airplane rental mission and small details about it. And there is interesting question in the Ask Me Anything section, so don't miss that. See you soon. Hello everybody and welcome to SimFly News. This is Roberto Capodieci. I am SimFly spokesperson and every week I bring you the news about SimFly, what is happening, how things are proceeding, so you know exactly how we are getting there. And there is exactly where you want to be with SimFly. So let's recap what happened. We had to postpone the deploy, the big deploy. We were there in the middle of deploying it and we found a problem, a bug, so we had to stop, roll back everything and move the deploy to the 9th of April at 9. We started Zulu time 9 a.m. until 6 p.m. So 9 to 18 Zulu time, pretty much all day. During those hours, if one of your flights get cancelled or the amount doesn't sum up, don't come complain to us because we're going to be messing with the servers. So again, this is April 9th, Zulu time 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Zulu time 9 to 18, 9 of April. Then we are going to finally have this deploy done. As I was saying, we were in the middle already doing the deploy. We found some problem and we had to go back and fix things. Now, more insight on the airplane rental mission, which is what is gonna come with this now new big deploy. So, there is a thing. If you start a mission and you are with your airplane at the gate, at the airport, you start the mission and don't take off before 60 minutes are passed, the mission is going to be cancelled. Pay attention, this applies only to the airplane rental mission because we don't want people to keep an airplane that belongs to somebody else on hold in the airport, so this airplane doesn't make any PAX token because or experience point because it's not flying. So if you start a mission and you are not taking off in 60 minutes, then the flight is gonna be cancelled. Which means that if you are using some control tower software or service and you know there is a big queue to take off, it's gonna take more than 60 minutes, we suggest to start the mission a little later so that by the time you take off, 60 minutes are enough. That's one of the things. Another thing that we found is that some people start a mission and then maybe system crash or whatever else happened. We haven't yet found exactly the reason, but there was no way for people to cancel or close the mission. So they had to contact support, we need to track down the flight and manually in the server goes to cancel the mission. So now we have set up something new. If a mission, and this applies to all missions type, is started and is not closed in 24 hours, automatically is going to get closed. So because there is no such thing than a mission that lasts more than 16 hours, in theory people should not refuel during flight, so when you fly, should be maximum 16 hours that you can go with an airplane given what we have now in SimFly. If a mission in 24 hours is not being closed, it's gonna be closed automatically. So be sure that you complete your mission in less than 24 hours, okay? Now, more thing, wow! In the flight report page, exactly in the section of the PAX and experience point, the string cannot be clicked like in the other missions, okay? Also in the PAX page, in the PAX wallet, we're working to make practically what is happening here. Is happening that a single flight includes so many different payouts. because there is the payouts of the airport where you take off, the payout of airport where you land, there is the payout of the airplane, there is the payout of the license. So it was becoming a huge list of transactions. So what we want to do is to have a single transaction with a total that says this flight, and then if you click on it, you can see all the details. It's not there yet, but it's something we're working on to make it easier to read your Pax wallet and the transactions that there are in it, okay? Also, we are working to make better the asset pages and to make it more clear and easy to understand. So, we're telling you that there is this SimFly 2.0. It's gonna be a long work, but once we have the time to work in all the small details and fix all the small annoyances, things that are not so obvious, things that are not so direct, we are gonna make the interface better and better, the user experience better and better, and hopefully also the software behind the scene to work in a better and more organized manner. But be assured, we now are going to focus in this release, and after this release we are going to work exclusively in the user marketplace. So that's gonna be the cool part, where you will be able to sell your Pax token asset that you have brought up, or you can buy for cheaper Pax tokens and save when you buy your new assets. Alright? And now that you have reached this point in the video, there is something I want you to do. Subscribe to the channel, like the video, and share it with your friends, okay? You can also find us in other social media like Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, TikTok, and also in X, which used to be Twitter. Follow us in all the social media, because doing this we grow the community, and with a stronger community you will be able to enjoy a better SimFly experience. Subscribe to the channel, like the video at least, and share it with your friend, okay? Now, where I was? Oh yes! So, another news is that the 9th, which is a Wednesday, the 9th of April, with the new big release and deploy, there is going to be also the new client. So this new client is gonna have the landing rate that work with the Prepare 3D and Explain, but it's not gonna work for the first week. So we deployed the new client. You guys, I hope, gonna update and put the new client on. 1 week later, for Prepare 3D Explain, the landing rate should start working there. It's not gonna be compulsory to update the client, but if you don't do it, after a week you're gonna get 0 on your landing rate, because it's not gonna be possible to see it. Okay, so I suggest everybody to update the client to the last version when it's going to be released the 9th of April. And now the Ask Me Anything section. We have the first question, which has been asked by Kindra, March 29, 2025, as one vote, which is Kindra's self-automated vote. Guys, you need to work much more with the Ask Me Anything section. So, Kindra asks, what is the timeline for airport and airplane maintenance fees to be implemented? I think many are waiting to see the full pricing fee structure before deciding what asset to purchase. Now, Kindra, it's too early for us to even understand and know which is going to be the fees that we need to put. Okay, we need to collect data, we need to have SimFly running properly in the longer term, and then we will be able to see what fee we need to put in place to keep the economy going properly. Now, what I want to say, this is not a matter of SimFly to make money, is to be clear. The only things, because fees are in packs and packs get burned, we will do that only to make sure that the balance of the packs in circulation and the amount of user is even. Okay, it's to protect the user, because if we don't do that, packs are going to be valued 0. There are going to be too many packs going around, and people is going to sell them for no money, and SimFly is over. So to make sure that there is not too many packs going around, we are going to implement fees. But As of today, we are too little in terms of running economy to understand which is the correct value to put. We always have a monitor to see how many packs has been generated, how many packs been burned, and we are quite balanced at the moment. So in the moment that there is people that generate too many packs around, then we start introducing fees, and they're gonna work based on that. And now we are at the second question. The second question is being asked also by Kindra, March 29, 2025. Thank you, Kindra, for contributing to the Ask Me Anything section of the news. Question is number 2, and it says, are there plans to prevent users from adding fuel to their aircraft once airborne? So this is refueling during the flight, pretty much. If so, is there an approximate timeline for implementation? Yeah, that's something that we're gonna make for sure. We have at the moment no empty time to focus on this because we have all these other things we're working on. But as soon as we empty a little bit of time, we're going to focus on that, and we're gonna study the way to implement it properly. Because in theory, should not be allowed to refuel during flight, and we're gonna stop people from doing it, those that do it. And yeah, so I hope this answers your question, Kindra. Now, question number 3 is a very long question asked by Simon X6, 29th of March 2025. And he asks, when you buy an airplane and everything ends there. Which I disagree, but let me finish reading the question. For me, my opinion is not enough to give value to what you pay. I would like at least that when I purchase an airplane, I can download a file with the livery of a SimFly that is updated, compatible with the model of airplane that I'm purchasing. And also, talking about model of airplane, you should specify the software of the model of airplane, because they could be existing doubles of the same airplane but developed by other software houses. For example, Just Flight, Asobo, Carenado, etc. etc. In fact, for example, for the PA-28 is not specified the model, and there exist 3: Archer 2, Arrow 3, and Warrior 2. And it's not specified, not even the software house, to come, for example, Just Flight or Carenado. So if I buy it, I don't know which one I need to download as a model. Other problem of your livery of SimFly is the ICAO code of the name of the airplane that overlap the text SimFly, and this create a big confusion because cannot be read properly the letter. So I will ask to modify your livery and update this value for the airplane, while for the airport there will exist also scenery of third party that should be linked in the moment of the purchase. In fact, you buy and there is no information regarding it. Wow, okay, Simon X6. For delivery, little bit by little bit, we are doing for all the airplane, and the main one are in Flight Sim Tow. So if you go to Flight Sim Tow, there is the section where you can download livery. All SimFly liveries are there to be downloaded. But what you say, I can understand it, and probably we need to find a way to combine the purchase with the download of a livery to match the airplane. For the problem that you mentioned, the airplane, can you send a screenshot for us to understand better and verify what you are talking about, because it's not very clear for us about name overlapping with the ICAO. Can you tell us where this is happening? For what concern airport, we have more than 42,000 airports, and surely it's not going to be easy to give this specific information for each one. But most probably with the user marketplace, once somebody owns an asset, we're going to create a text area that the user can enter and specify. So in the user marketplace, when an airport, an airplane, or whatever else is for sale, people can add the data where to download the things, etc., etc. But if something is not yet owned by a user and you're taking it from SimFly, we suggest everybody to do some research before purchasing something and discover what scenery and things are connected to it. And then maybe let us know, because we can make use of this information. Or once you buy and there is going to be this opportunity to enter the information, probably for each airport we can allow users to specify sceneries or liveries for airplane, where to download, or the software, or whatever else you were mentioning. If there are additional component of work with a simulator or another, then all these things will be possible to be specified there. Question number 4 is being asked by Dadius Maximus, the 31st of March 2025, as one vote, and he asked, can you repost the list with the increases in both XP and PAX earnings that come with each level increase for all assets? Alright, this question has been asked in the past as well. Truth is that it's not a fixed number at the moment, very similar to what Kindras was asking earlier in another question. We are going to use this to balance the economy and the development, to make sure that SimFly is a game that you can keep using for a long time and doesn't burn out very fast, but also is something that gives you the correct satisfaction to be used. So until we have a very strong amount of information and data, much more user flying with SimFly, these numbers are really something that can shift. Usually the beautiful thing is that the experience point is attached to the asset. So as we change the level, you can find yourself that you already reached the next level if it's possible, because it's easy to lower the amount but not to increase the amount. To increase the amount means that nobody must have already reached that goal, because else it creates a big problem. For what concerns the fee in PAX to do the change, this is something as well that is based on the economy, so how much PAX are given, how much PAX is born, to make sure that things are balanced properly. So no, we cannot give this information simply because we don't know it ourselves properly. We'll probably, as soon as we are more stable, gonna disclose a ballpark of this information. And this was all. Thank you for watching the video, tolerating to look at my face for so long. I hope my English is getting better, and you can understand what I say. As usual, I'm telling you, register and follow us in all the different social, and remember a very important thing: SimFly, take off, and get more.